Hi there, this is Amanda Frankel with our Crafty Play Date, and I'm sorry, I'm still laughing. I just filmed this whole video for you and then realized I didn't actually film it. I had just had my phone on photo the whole time, so I have a whole lot of pictures, but no video, so I'm doing it again. We're making this card today, and it's a very easy card to mass produce with high impact, a lot of shine. You've got the shine from the foil snowflake. You've got some heat embossing here in gold, which who doesn't love that, right? A sparkle in the ribbon. And then we've got a little wink of Stella right here in our flame that gives it a little sheen too. So it's just a really fun card, and we're going to do this one today. The stamp set that we're using today is the Merry Patterns stamp set. This stamp set is only available until the end of this month, which is October. And in order to get it, there's only one way to get it. You have to hold a party or event, or you can even do like a catalog party or a Facebook party if you don't want to have people into your house. Anyway, but you need to place an order that's at least $300, and then you can get this stamp set free. And we have used it lately. Let me show you what we've done with it. It's so, so cute. I did this in a class recently. This is this guy. He looks like a little deer in a sweater. So we use that. We use some designer series paper, which also on sale until the end of this month. So definitely check out my website. I'll list the address here so you can go check it out. These are two-step stamps. All of these are at least two-step. This one, 3 probably. But anyway, these are two-step stamps that I did here. We stamped this in Cherry Cobbler, and then I stamped this in Cherry Cobbler right on top of it. And then we used the Stampin' Right green, garden green marker and just colored in a couple of the little leaves from the holly in there and gave it a little green, and then added the bow and put it on green. It was adorable. So we did this one, but now we're working on this one, and which is just the candles. And this is the only stamp that we are going to be using out of this set right now. This right here would be the two-step part, and it alternates candles. So this one coordinates with this one with this one, this one with this one, and then these are the other guys. So these are the front guys, these are the back guys. And so you could literally do colored candles without having to do the patterns yourself, or you could color them in. And these are the flames. We're leaving them white because I just wanted something kind of elegant looking. So I'm going to get started. We are going to be using the ovals framelits. These are my layering ovals, and this is the one that we used, but you can see that you can layer them up with a larger size scallop and make a cute little frame for it. This is what we did here. Okay, we used a solid oval, and then we used the garden green behind it in the scallop oval. Today we're just doing the plain old Jane old scallop because we're going to add this sparkly snowflake. All right, so I have cut that out off camera for you. I do a lot of my Big Shot work off camera so that it doesn't shake the whole table, because it really does for me. All right, so in order to do this, I've cut our oval. It's here. I'm going to set it right here. And this is from my beautiful photo display of stuff that I've done for you. Crazy. We're going to use our embossing buddy. Because this is going to be heat embossed, this candle stamp, we are going to use our embossing buddy. It is like a little pounce bag, so I just pounce it a little bit and then rub it on. And it's a talc, as you can see here. It's just a fine powder that it goes onto your paper, and it keeps all of the extra embossing powder from sticking. This is our embossing powder, and it'll keep that from sticking in places that you don't actually want it to stick. So it's a good thing to have around in case you get specklies. If you ever get specklies, I'm using Versamark here to stamp my candles, and I am going to stamp them kind of high up on my oval here. There we go. Looks like nothing, right? Looks like I did nothing at all, but if I turn it in the light, you might be able to see a little bit of the candles there. All right, I'm not sure if you can or not. All right, but I can see them. They're a little shinier, and all that is it's the Versamark watermark stuff just stuck on there right where I stamped it. And now when I scoop up some powder, normally I would pour it out of my container, but because I've done this video type thing once, like a photojournalist. I have it in my tray already. And you can see it's dull. It's not shiny at all. Well, we really do want it to be shiny like this one. So we are going to heat emboss. This is the Stampin' Up! Heat tool. It's got two settings, a low and a high. Here's low and high. It is pretty powerful on the high. I am going to use the high just for time. A lot of times I just use the low in general. I'm going to keep it moving in a little circle. Keep it moving in a little circle. And then the way that you can tell that you're done, some people say, how do you know when you're done? When it gets shiny, see how it's shiny? It's dull down here at the bottom of the candles, but it's shiny at the top. When the candles get shiny, when the lines get shiny all the way around, then they're done. I'm going to turn it so that I don't burn my fingers here. And this, if you have never heat embossed before, seriously, it's like magic. It's like watching magic happen. And turn that off. I love how quiet that heat tool is. Okay, so we have got our candles ready to go. And we are now going to stamp with our garden green. The garden green is what we are doing with the sprigs. The sprigs are right here in this stamp set, so that we are using two stamps. I lied to you before. We are going to put Versamark on it first. You can see that they're not very stained. This stamp is not very stained, and we used it in a class. When you use something in a class, it gets pretty chewed on. But this one, not really chewed on. Nobody chews on that. I give them chocolate. That's just the way we roll. But they do get kind of stained. But if you Versamark it first and then ink it up with your favorite color, in this case garden green, now I'm going to kind of center that. And I don't mind if my sprigs hang off the bottom of my oval. I'm completely okay with that. I'm just going to move it a little bit and stamp. Okay. And then I'm going to turn it in my hand. So now it's going the other direction, and I'm going to stamp. And then again, I'm going to stamp. In general, I would tell you use a mat underneath this because it's a photopolymer stamp, but I didn't, and as you can see, it's fine. So don't worry about it. We worked it out. In general, though, you do, when you use the photopolymer, you do want to use a Stampin' Pierce mat underneath it because it has no squishy part, which is the technical term for that. Okay, we are going to set the garden green aside, and I am going to bring in my crushed curry. I almost called it cherry again. My crushed curry marker. The way you can tell, this is the fine tip journaling side. This is the chubby side, which is the pen side. We're going to just color in those flames here with my yellow. And I know you said, oh, I thought they were going to be sparkly. Well, they're sparkly around the outside, so we don't have to worry too much about that. But okay, all right. You still want more sparkle? No problem. We can make those flames sparkly inside where we've colored it with the crushed curry by using our Wink of Stella and just going right over the yellow. If you can literally make any color of sparkly stuff that you want by coloring over the image before, because this is just clear. Well, it's yellow now because I picked it up, but see, it's clear here. You can't see any color here at all, but it is sparkly. So if I colored over these sprigs that I got on my paper, I would actually be making them kind of green. See that? Green and, let's bring it up so you can see it. Green and sparkly. Can you see that it's a little shiny? Okay, all right. Yeah, you wouldn't know me if I didn't digress. Okay, so now we've got our shiny part here. That piece is ready. This is embossed. It is dry embossed. It is done with the Big Shot and an embossing folder. Again, I did it off camera because I wanted you to see how it works. But this is an embossing folder called Softly Falling. And you can see that it is little tiny dots, and they get more dense at the bottom than they are at the top. So it really looks like snow is collecting. But if you do it this way, it really looks like confetti is falling. So it works really all year long. It's not just snow softly falling. It could be rain softly falling, or it could be confetti softly falling. Okay, I'm gonna slide that right in there like this, and I can I can control the intensity. If I want it really snowy, I would put it down there, or less snowy, I would put it up here. And I'm going to run that through the Big Shot for you. As I said, I did it already. Okay, so there is my embossed piece, and I can go ahead and put it on my card base. My card base here is crumb cake. So I'm just going to fold it. My card base is a standard card base size, so it is really, once folded, it is going to be 5.5 by 4 1/4. So it's an 8.5 by 11 piece of paper cut. So it's 8.5 this way, and it is 5.5 this way. Okay, that's 8.5 by 11. All right, and so this piece right here is my panel. It is going to be just 1/4 inch smaller than my base. So 1/4 inch smaller is going to be 4 by 5 1/4. Okay, and I will list those here for you. All right, I'm going to use my liquid glue because I love it. You don't need a ton, ladies. Look at how thin that bead of glue is. It's super thin. And I'm going to do it this way. Just when you go to glue this piece on, just make sure that your snow is falling down, right? You want the thick part of the snow down here. And I'm going to bring in my snowflake. These foil snowflakes are in the holiday catalog right now. Look at that, isn't that gorgeous? They're white on the back, so you could actually ink them. If you wanted to have a different color, but gold or silver. Wow, that's so shiny you can hardly see it. Gold and silver come in the same pack together. There are 24, so 12 of each. And I think the silver will be really super pretty on a blue card, won't it? All right, so I am not going to be worried about being precise about this glue, you know, trying to get where it won't show through. I don't care if it comes through a little bit because I'm just going to stick it on there, right? That is easy and done. And now I'm going to use some dimensionals here. Dimensionals make everything happier, just so you know. And I'm going to use 3 or 16. Look at that. All right, I'm going to use 3 here in the form of kind of a triangle. And that'll give it a little stability, just like a triangle leg or the way you're supposed to live your life, right? Balanced. All right, throw that off there, good. And I'm just gonna stick that right on top. And now all I need is my fancy bow right here. Easy. We are going to grab the gold ribbon. This ribbon is a super favorite of mine. It's 1/8 inch wide, and it is kind of white rimmed here. And it's just so shiny. You can do so much with the ribbon that shines. I'm gonna bring in my bow maker. All right, so to make a bow, and there is a video on this that's shot from the side here so you can see it better. Seeing it from up on top doesn't really help as much, but maybe between the two of them you can get this bow thing worked out. I'm gonna start this way, and I'm gonna wrap once around. So now it goes over the top, see that? Like that, and down between the legs and back over the middle, and this one to the back. And I don't need to do a big, huge, bulky knot here. I just am going to do a once over, once like that. And now I pull straight from the sides. I can wiggle my knot to be in the right place. Stampin' Up! Does not carry these bow makers. These were made for me by one of my customers' husband. So if you would like a bow maker, message me or comment here, and I will pass on the information and have him make one for you. All right, so there is my very fancy gold bow. The best way to put these on, don't use liquid glue behind these bows. Anytime you're using ribbon, it's a fiber that's going to absorb. It would be like putting liquid glue on a paper towel. It's just going to soak in and make a big, huge gummy mess. So I just put a glue dot right on the back here. And the best way to put a glue dot on it is just stick the knot right on top of the glue dots. Stick it down and you're done. And I've got my cards. Bah. I've got my cards. I am going to just glue a solid white panel on the inside, but you don't need to watch me do that. It's the same size panel as the outside here. All right, thank you very much for stopping by. I hope you enjoyed this. If you do not have a Stampin' Up! Demonstrator, I would love to be yours. My address is here, and you can shop there. If you are interested in getting your hands on this stamp set, send a message to me right away. And I'm also going to list my email here since it's so time sensitive, and I can help you set up a Facebook party so that your friends can place orders and get their holiday card supplies, and you can get this for free. All right, thank you so much for stopping by. Have a great day.